Okay, so here we have multiplicative versus additive relationships. Um, First things first, okay, multiplicative means a couple of different things, and so does additive, okay? So, for the sake of getting into that, under the word multiplicative, right, you're going to just draw a multiplication sign and a division sign because it really means both. And for additive, it means both addition and subtraction, okay? So, um, let's read our little introduction here. Okay, it says Pluto's Playhouse. There are several different arcade games to play. Each game requires a token, and each player can earn tickets. Tickets can be traded in for prizes before leaving the arcade. Hayden and Bianca play several different rounds, and the two machines below, they determine that Machine A and Machine B are giving them tickets based on different patterns. So here, for Machine A, okay, they're putting in 9 coins, they're getting in 36. They're putting in 6 coins, they're getting in 24, right? So what's happening here? Whatever they're putting in, they can multiply by 4, and that's how many tickets they'll get, okay? If we look at Machine B, putting in 9 coins, getting 10 tickets. Putting in 9 coins, getting 7 tickets. So here, what I see is that however many coins they put in, if they add 1, that's how many tickets they'll get back, right? So that's important because that tells us which one is multiplicative. Obviously, Machine A, it's multiplying, so it's multiplicative. Machine B is adding, so it is additive, okay? Now let's look at these questions that we have down here. It says, what pattern did you notice for both Machines A and Machine B? Okay, Machine A is saying that it's times 4. Machine B is saying that it is plus 1. Cool, that's not a big deal. How many tickets would 8 coins produce in each machine? Machine A would be equal to 8 times 4, and that would give me, let me fix that, 32. Sorry about that. Machine B is equal to 8, basically, plus 1, and that's going to give me 9. All right, awesome. If Hayden and Bianca got 48 tickets out of Machine A, then how many coins did they play? So I'm going to take that 48, reverse my rule. So instead of times 4, divided by 4, and that should give me my answer. 48 divided by 4 is going to actually give us 12 coins, okay? What equation can be used to represent how many tickets T were given when coin C were placed in both machines A and B? Okay, not a problem. So for machine A, we're going to say that the amount of tickets you get is equal to 4 times the amount of coins you put in. And for machine B, we're going to say the amount of tickets you get is equal to basically the amount of coins you put in plus 1, or 1 plus C. Either way is fine. Machine A is going to be multiplicative, and machine B is going to be additive. All right. So now we're just going to look at some of the little word bubbles we have down here on the bottom and figure out which one is which. Sorry about the printing. My ink is low, but that's what I was able to get. Here it says Pluto's Playhouse has 15 arcade games, then X number of games are added. What is the total number of games at Pluto's Playhouse? Y. I'm pretty sure that this one is additive, so we're just going to say add, period, short for additive. Let's go to this next one. Bags of popcorn cost $2.50, where Y represents the total cost of X number of bags of popcorn. Okay, so they're basically saying that X is the number of popcorn, and number of bags of popcorn. Each bag costs $2.50. When it says each bag costs, you're multiplying. So here this is going to be multiplicative, and I'll just put mults like that. Here, the cost to go bowling at Pluto's Playhouse is priced at $7.50 for each round, where Y is the total cost and X is the number of rounds of bowling. So if you're paying $7.50 for each game, each round, right, and you play multiple rounds, right, that's called repeated addition. Repeated addition is called multiplication. Therefore, this one is going to be multiplicative. If I go to this very last one, the number of customers at Pluto's Playhouse is 24. Then X number of customers enter. What is the total amount? So they're basically saying there's 24 people in this Pluto's Playhouse. Then X number comes in. In order to find that total amount, in this particular case, you would have to combine. When you combine, you are adding. Therefore, this one is going to be additive as well. All right, let's keep going. Go to the next page. Here we go. All right, we're going to use these tables to figure out what the relationship is. Cool. Let's get to it. All right, if I'm looking here, I see that they're going from 2 to 16, 4 to 32, 6 to 48, 8 to 64, 10 to 80. Therefore, this is multiplicative, and they're multiplying by 8. So I can say the value of y is equal to 8 times the value of x, which is true. 2 times x is 16. This is obviously going to be multiplicative. I'm just going to abbreviate it here. How do I know? Each x value is multiplied by 8. Perfect. Excellent. Let's keep going. B. Starting at 4, then it becomes 8, 6 to 10, 8 to 12, 10 to 14, 12 to 16. This tells me that there is an additive relationship of plus 4. So I can say that y is equal to the value of x plus 4. Okay? And if that's the case, then this is going to be additive. I'll do add for short. How do I know? 4 is added to each y value. Okay? Is added to each y value. Let's keep going. Let's go to C. You start with your x, and then you're going to your y. So 3 to 2, 6 to 5, 9 to 8, 12 to 11, 5 to 14. Clearly what's happening here is minus 1. So again, because subtraction and addition are additive, this is going to be additive. We can say that y is equal to the value of x minus 1. We'll say it's additive. How do we know? 1 is subtracted from each x value. Okay? Subtracted from each x. It's okay. We'll go out here. Value. Okay? Now, for the last one. All right. What's happening here is we're starting with our x. We're going to 2.5, 10 to 5, 15 to 7.5, 20 to 10, 25 to 12.5. What's happening here could be written as 2 different ways. Okay, we can say, sorry, I didn't mean to write that. We can say divided by 2, or we can say times 0.5. And the reason why we can say this is because when you divide something by 2, it is exactly the same thing as multiplying it by 1/2, okay? So it can go either way. I'm going to stick with my multiplicative. Well, they're both multiplicative. I'm going to stick with the multiplication, though. I'm going to say that the value of y is equal to 1/2 times the value of x, which again is true. This makes it multiplicative. I'll abbreviate here. How do I know? Each x value is multiplied, okay, by 1/2. Each x value is multiplied by 0.5 or 1/2. Perfect. Now, for this last one, okay, a couple things we need to do. Label and label. Awesome. Give me just 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Now, let's keep going, okay? For my equation, again, I am looking for where my x and y axis intercept to form a perpendicular line. Here is going to be 2 to 10, 4 to 20. Okay, perfect. So Let me go ahead and build an X, Y, T chart or table, however you want to call it. I'll build one for both. Perfect, okay. First value here is going to be 2 and 10, 4, 20. Let's do one more. 3, or 6 and 30. Okay, 6, 30. Perfect. Let's do one here. We'll say 2, 12, 4, 14, 6, 16. Okay, so 2, 12, 4, 14, 6, 16. Okay. Whew. So if we see here, the relationship here is going to be multiplicative, okay? Multiplicative here is going to be additive, okay? How do I know? 2 times 5 will give you 10, 4 times 5 will give you 20, 6 times 5 will give you 30. Therefore, I can say for my equation that the value of y is equal to 5 times the value of x. And obviously, our relationship is multiplicative. Because I have space, I'll actually spell out the whole word here. Multiplicative, okay? Our equation for this side is additive. So the value of y is equal to x plus 10. 2 plus 10 gives you 12. 4 plus 10 gives you 14. 6 plus 10 gives you 16, okay? So this makes this relationship additive. If I'm actually looking at what they're saying, I did a lot of that without actually reading like the task. So Pluto's Playhouse is looking for new pizza vendors. Determine the equation and type of relationship for each pizza vendor below. Which vendor will charge more to deliver 18 pizzas? Okay, well, let's think about that. If we kept going, okay, at this rate and at this rate, well, let's find out how much each place is going to charge for to deliver 18 pizzas, okay? Let's do it. I got some numbers. So let's finish this little table out. So it would be 8 and 40, 10 and 50, 12 and 60, 14 and 70, 16 and 80, 18 and 90. So it would cost, or Pizza Express is going to cost or charge $90 to deliver 18 pizzas. All right, here we're just adding by 10. So 8, 18, 10, 20, 12, 22, 14, 24, 16, 26, 18, 28. Pizza Planet's only going to charge 28 to deliver those 18 pizzas. So the question is, which vendor will charge more? Pizza Express. Okay, Pizza Express will charge more. All right. Well, hopefully that was helpful. See you later.